Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a quick look outside that weather window from this afternoon. And boy, don't have to tell you, it heated up all across north central Washington today. And look at this beautiful shot looking down at Leavenworth from our Tumwater camera, our Sky-Fi tower camera up that way. And boy, lots of blue sky all over eastern Washington today, and temperatures warmed up too into the middle and some locations upper 80s today. And by the time we get into our Father's Day weekend, it's going to warm up some more. We're going to see highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s for our Friday. Yeah, unfortunately, windy conditions on Saturday, but still warm. And then just breezy winds on Sunday with high temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90 on Father's Day. But I'll tell you, after that, we are warming up even more. And we'll tell you more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now here are a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 67-year-old Moses Lake man had to be airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle for injuries he suffered last night in a motorcycle accident on Interstate 90. East Wenatchee police say they were able to track an iPad stolen from a church to a home on 2nd Street Southeast on Tuesday. And the state uses vehicles called attenuator trucks to shield road crews from highway dangers, and one of those trucks did its job yesterday morning on Interstate 90 near Ritzville. We'll show you. But first, our top story tonight. After a short foot pursuit, one of the suspects in a June 5th gang-related shooting in East Wenatchee was arrested Monday in Malaga. East Wenatchee police say they were assisted in the arrest by the U.S. Marshals Service's Violent Offender Task Force. Arrested was 35-year-old Armando Valdez Godina, who was tracked to a relative's home on Baynard Road in Malaga. A warrant issued last week charges Armando Valdez with 3 counts of complicity to assault plus unlawful firearm possession. Witnesses told police they saw Valdez at the scene of the 9th Street Northeast shooting carrying a handgun. Several suspects arrived at the residence near North Baker Avenue and opened fire when the occupants returned home. Valdez is charged alongside 25-year-old Jorge Reyes and Angel Eduardo Montez, a Wenatchee 16-year-old who's been charged as an adult. Police say the shooting was gang-related and more arrests are likely. A 67-year-old Moses Lake man had to be airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle for injuries he suffered last night in a motorcycle accident on Interstate 90. The Washington State Patrol said Gerald Brooks was riding west of Vantage at milepost 132 about 8:30 p.m. when he veered off the interstate toward the center dirt embankment and was ejected from his Harley-Davidson. Brooks ended up in a westbound lane of I-90. East Wenatchee police say they were able to track an iPad stolen from a church to a home on 2nd Street Southeast on Tuesday. At the home, they reported finding about $10,000 worth of items stolen in other burglaries, including another church. Arrested on 2 counts of possession of stolen property and 1 count of fraud was 31-year-old Joseph David Lee. He is currently lodged in the Chelan County Jail. The East Wenatchee Police Department said the residents at the 2nd Street home were already under investigation for other thefts. Also on Tuesday, police responded to an overnight burglary at the New Song Community Church on Grant Road in East Wenatchee. Items taken included the iPad and 2 Apple computers. Officers already were investigating an earlier burglary at Eastmont Community Church on 4th Street. After a 6-hour search of the home, Johnson said they found the stolen Apple computers along with numerous other stolen items taken from 5 different victims. The recovered property included construction equipment and laptop computers. Well, the state uses vehicles called attenuator trucks to shield road crews from highway dangers, and one of those trucks did its job yesterday morning on Interstate 90 near Ritzville. The Washington State Department of Transportation said the car collided with the truck as crews were working on westbound I-90. WashDOT said nobody was injured in the wreck, and the State Patrol is investigating the driver for drowsy driving. WashDOT said such incidents are becoming far too common and reminded motorists to slow down and use caution in work zones. Coming up next, recently released unemployment data from the state shows big improvements compared to last year at this time. Washington State Apple Blossom Administrator Darci Christopherson gives us a wrap on this year's festival. And after saying in May that there would be no Apple Century bike ride this year, organizers have reversed course and said the 34th edition of the popular ride will be held. We'll tell you when on the other side of the break. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Did you know people 65 or older make up 12% of the U.S. population but consume 34% of all prescription drugs? Protect yourself and your aged loved ones from prescription errors. Always read labels carefully to avoid mistakes. Ask your pharmacist if over-the-counter medicines conflict with your prescriptions, and never skip doses or take more than is prescribed. This sponsored by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington. Call 1-800-572-4459 for prescription assistance.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
Welcome back. In another news, the Washington State Employment Security Department recently released data comparing the Washington labor market in April 2020 to April of 2021, and there are significant improvements in the unemployment rates. Non-farm employment rose by 5,100 jobs. That's up 12.9% from 39,500 in April of 2020 to 44,600 in April of this year. The unemployment rate declined 9 7/10 points from 16.1% in April of 2020 to 6.4% in April of 2021. The annual non-farm job loss rate of 6.2% was a bit faster than the job loss rate statewide. Leisure and hospitality and local government accounted for 70.4% of the 2,900 non-job farms lost last year. The local unemployment rate rose from 5.1% in 2019 to 8.4% in 2020, but that's less than the 3/10 point jump in Washington's rate from 4.1% in 2019 to 8.4% in 2020. The 2021 Apple Blossom Festival wrapped up last weekend after a far from normal celebration that was held in June instead of April. That combined two parades into one and saw the carnival temporarily move to a city park. Festival Administrator Darci Christopherson talked with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz about the successes of this year's unusual festival.
You know, even though it was a crazy time, there's a lot of things that we did like about it. You know, we loved the expansion of the beer garden. We loved our new fencing for the beer garden. The entertainers felt like they were a part of the whole park, whereas before our beer garden was very isolated. So we'll definitely keep it the same size, keep it exactly the way it was. We didn't have bleachers this year due to COVID, and I think we'll keep that. It was super fun for everybody just to bring their chairs and bring their own blankets and, you know, pick their own seat and not be forced to sit with someone, you know. So we'll do that. I think we're going to keep our food vendors down and not have as many as we have had in the past. You know, everybody's favorites were there. It was way easier for everybody to walk around and choose their place instead of just being overwhelmed. So there are some things that we'll definitely keep, but which we'll talk about those things in our meetings. It was cool, the combo parade, but we'll never do it again. If we did the combo parade in a real year, it would be like 200 entries.
Yeah.
So we will definitely keep the youth parade and the grand parade separate. But your brother, rides in it every year, and he said the crowds were probably about 80-90%, and but the enthusiasm was definitely 150%. He mentioned that people were just so happy and hollering and smiling and crying. So that was really cool feedback.
And the weather cooperated.
The weather, we couldn't have asked for better weather. Just setting up, getting everything organized was perfect, and then it got a little cold right when it was over, but it was great. Everything was perfect for that day. Every day was perfect.
The Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, the preceding Friday, was extremely well attended too.
Yeah, I actually got stuck in the traffic. I live in East Wenatchee, so I'm like, oh, that's right. There's another thing happening that I didn't know about. So I knew about, of course, but wasn't thinking in my head. So yeah, from what I understand, it was a huge success, and again, I think people were just super excited about getting out and doing something and having a purpose, kind of.
After saying in May that there would be no Apple Century bike ride this year, organizers have reversed course and said the 34th edition of the popular ride will be held September 25th. The annual ride features 20, 50, and 100-mile options, beginning in Wenatchee and traveling through the valley to Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee before winding its way back to Wenatchee's Walla Walla Point Park. The ride benefits the Wenatchee Sunshine Rotaries Challenge Scholarship Program. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
The Tan Republic Bronze Without Borders membership is our best membership to date. Discounted monthly dues, access to over 65 locations, 25% off all products, discounted upgrades and spray tanning, members only specials, and of course, we treat you like a VIT. Very important tanner. Ask your certified Smart Tan associate how you can sign up for a Bronze Without Borders membership program today and save. Tan beautiful. Tan Republic.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbus here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today. 509-663-7900.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Marley the dog.
Megan here with the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and Marley's joining us this week. Can you tell us about Marley?
Yeah, Marley has been here for a little while. He came to us as a stray, so we don't know a lot about his history. He's about 2.5 years old. Super sweet guy. He's really just a really good natured dog. He loves people. He loves going on walks. We do find he's highly treat motivated, so he is looking for someone to kind of teach him all that there is to know, but he's easy to teach because he is so treat motivated. He tested a little too excited with our shelter cat, so I don't think he'd be a great fit for a cat at all. He does go to playgroup though, and his play style is what we call the rough and rowdy. So he could do okay in a home with another dog if they kind of matched his play style. But overall, Marley is just a really, really sweet dog, and he's just looking for somebody that's willing to spend some time with him and train him and teach him all there is to know. Everybody?
And what's the adoption process for Marley?
So Marley's ready to go today. So all they have to do is call the shelter at 662-9577 and set up an appointment to meet Marley. And if it all goes well, he could go home that day.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open by appointment only. Call them at 509-662-9577 to schedule a meet and greet or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday. Boy, I don't think too many complaints weather-wise. We did climb well above normal for high temperatures today, but what a gorgeous day to get outside and do whatever today. Is our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights overlooking the Wenatchee Valley. Just some high, thin clouds out there today. Light breezes and temperatures did climb, and unofficially we got to 87 degrees at Pangbourne Airport this afternoon, and that's 9 degrees above where we should be now at 78 degrees for the second day in a row. Right on the money as far as low temperatures go at 55. 105, our record high, that was set way back in 1961. 44, our record low, set in 1981. Sunrise this morning, 5:03, and sun sets tonight at 9 o'clock. Let's take a peek now at your Friday weather forecast. I'm sure a lot of you heading out camping or making just a little bit of a weekend journey for Father's Day, and tomorrow it's going to be a hot one. We're going to go up another 5 degrees or so in many locations. 92 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 91 in Quincy, 90 in Wenatchee, Entiat, and Chelan. Tomorrow, cool spot, if you can call it that, tomorrow will be Lake Wenatchee at 84 degrees. Tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies, big area of high pressure still off the coast, and we're still seeing a lot of warmth coming up from the desert southwest. Our ridge actually extends well up into British Columbia. Partly cloudy skies tonight with low temperatures very mild. I think mainly upper 50s for tonight. For Friday then, as we talked about, lots of sunshine and unseasonably hot with high temperatures around 90 degrees to end our work week. As we get you into our Father's Day weekend, unfortunately Saturday, it's going to be windy. We'll see winds at least 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts near 30. Going to stay on the warm side with lots of sunshine too. Saturday's high temperatures mainly in the upper 80s, so we'll cool off just a little with the winds from Friday to Saturday. And then for Father's Day on Sunday, sunny, still just a little bit breezy. Nothing like Saturday though, with nice mild temperatures in the upper 80s. As we get into Monday, this is where the very hot weather comes in. Sunny and even hotter. We are talking highs on Monday in the mid-90s throughout eastern Washington. And I'll tell you, not much is going to change as we get you through Tuesday and into Wednesday either. Sunny and hot, lots of sun throughout the west coast of the United States. Tuesday high temperatures again in the mid-90s. And as we get you to Wednesday, maybe our hottest day. We'll have to wait and see. Temperatures in the mid-90s with sunny skies. Look at that dark red color. That indicates a lot of even 100 degrees as we get you into the middle of next week. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast now. 58 tonight, 90 hot degrees tomorrow with sunshine. Windy conditions both Saturday and Sunday. Not as bad for Father's Day on Sunday. 87 Saturday, 89 on Sunday, 94 on Monday, and we're going to stay at least in the mid-90s on both Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The Seahawks are in the middle of a mini camp at the VMAC at their facility there in Renton. Pete Carroll met with the media Tuesday when there was kind of an awkward moment when Russell Wilson interrupted his press conference.
What's up?
Just letting everybody know we're still friends, you know.
Hey.
Just messing
there
with
you go. Get out of here. You had your press conference.
Yeah, a little weird there. One of the biggest players missing from camp is strong safety Jamal Adams. He apparently wants to rework his contract, and Carroll says they are working to make that happen.
Not really. It's been ongoing and it's been amicable throughout. We recognize that he's a fantastic football player, and we're in the midst of it's a big contract process. But I know he knows he's been treated with a lot of respect, and he's been very respectful towards the club as well. They've been good talks, and just hasn't been able to get settled at this point. But it's coming. We expect him for camp, and everything should be fine.
Also absent from minicamp is running back Rashad Penny. He's missed most of the past 2 seasons with injuries, and Coach Carroll says they want to give him the best chance to succeed in his comeback this season.
Sometimes he had a serious knee injury. It just takes a whole nother year to get back, and so just the cleanup stuff and what he's ready to take on right now. He can run full speed. We just want to make sure that his strength is balanced out in his quads, and so there's no reason for us to take a chance right now where he gets in a bad situation. So his attitude's great, his mentality's great, and yeah, it is for every guy. Every year is ridiculously important to us and of value and all of that, and certainly it is for Rashad.
Seahawks just 58 days away from their first preseason game in Las Vegas against the Raiders. Well, Justice Sheffield got roughed up by the Twins last night, including former Mariner Nelson Cruz in a 7-2 loss at T-Mobile Park. Minnesota held a 3-0 lead in the 5th when Cruz came to the plate and belted the first of 2 home runs off Sheffield in the inning.
And a deep drive to left. He has teed off and hit one into the second deck. A 3-run jolt, doubling the Twins' lead. Home run number 14, and now 34 runs batted in for the former Mariner.
I know he loves doing that here in this town in front of his many fans, but he just was looking fastball there.
Manager Scott Service says it was obvious the Twins didn't want to be shut out for the second night in a row.
From the get-go tonight, the Twins came out swinging. There was no question about it. They had a game plan against Chef. They were going to be very aggressive. I think Chef did pound the ball in the strike zone. There's no question about that. But that they were on him. I thought obviously the big homer by Cruzy kind of created big time separation in the ball game, and kind of took us out of it at that point. But I thought Chef's fastball velocity maybe up a little bit, but still working on some things to get the command back going kind of where it needs to be, and just inconsistencies there yet. So he's frustrated by it. He wants to get it going in the right direction as soon as possible. It's just one of those things he's got to work through right now.
Seattle welcomes a very hot Tampa Bay Rays team to town tonight for the first of 4 games. 7:10 start time, Justice Dunn get the start against Rich Hill. Well, while the Mariners were losing, the top of the division in the American League West was winning. Oakland brought 11 men to the plate in a 6-run 6th inning to beat Los Angeles 8-4. Meanwhile, Jose Altuve continues his hot streak for Houston. Hit 2 home runs last night in the Astros' 8-4 win over Texas. Chas McCormick also hit 2 dingers for Houston as part of the 6 home runs they hit in the game. Hey, just a reminder that we have baseball on the air tomorrow night here on the NCWLIFE channel. The Wenatchee Apple Sox continue their 9-game homestand with the first of 3 against the Bend Elks. I will have your call tomorrow night right here with a pregame at 6:30. First pitch 6:35 at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Well, while the Apple Sox were off last night, here's what happened with the rest of the Western Baseball League. There we go. Brandon Boisvert and Tanner Smith had back-to-back RBI singles in the top of the ninth for Corvallis as the Knights edged Walla Walla 5-3. Dominic Enbody scored what proved to be the winning run on a fielding error in the top of the ninth inning for Ridgefield, and the Raptors 4-3 win over the Bend Elks. By the way, Bend committing 3 errors in the game. None of the 4 runs by Ridgefield were earned. Daniel Gurnon hit his 3rd home run in West Coast League play to help Bellingham beat Port Angeles 9-1. Non-league play yesterday, Henry Munch drove in 3 runs for Cowlitz to help the Bears beat Highline 11-3. Mason Marenko and Corey Jarrell each had 4 hit nights for Yakima Valley as the Pippins beat the Northwest Star Academy 14-4. And in Portland, the Pickles topped the Gherkins 8-2. Now, coming up today, it already happened earlier, Pickles and Gherkins played a rain-out makeup this morning. Tonight, it's Port Angeles hosting Bellingham. Ridgefield plays at Bend. Walla Walla entertains Corvallis. Yakima Valley welcomes the Redmond Dudes to town, and Cowlitz hosts Highline. 7:05 Pickles play a second half of a day-night doubleheader when the Portland Rosebuds come to town. Well, there's some district basketball playoff coming up this weekend in the Big Nine, which became much clearer after last night. Ike beat Davis in girls play last night, 56-49. Tonight, Eastmont, which is the number 5 seed, plays at West Valley at 7:30. Winner of that game will host the number 7 Wenatchee Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. District semifinals Friday feature number 4 Eisenhower at number 1 Moses Lake, while number 3 Davis plays at number 2 Sunnyside. Winners and losers of those games will play Saturday for the district title or the consolation. Now, West Valley beat Davis 69-48 last night to claim the number 1 seed on the boys' side of the Big Nine. That means Eastmont, the number 4 seed, will travel to West Valley Friday at 7:30. Wenatchee, the number 2 seed, will host Davis, number 3, Friday night at 7:30. The winners Friday will play for the district title Saturday at 4 o'clock. Losers Friday will play at the higher seed in a consolation game Saturday at 4 o'clock as well. Coming up today in girls basketball, Okanagan's hosting Elmira Cooley Heartline. The later games have Warden hosting Ephrata, Cascades at Omak, Cashmere hosts Chelan, Brewster travels to Manson, and Entiat entertains Liberty Bell. In boys basketball tonight, the Bulldogs and Warriors tip it up at Okanagan at 7 o'clock. 7:30 games, it's Ephrata at Warden, Omak hosts Cascade, Chelan travels to Cashmere, Manson hosts Brewster, and Liberty Bell visits Entiat. District Wrestling, also tournaments underway today for the Big Nine boys. They started earlier at 10 o'clock this morning at Eisenhower. The girls are in Othello. North Central Region District is at Tenasket. That got underway earlier at 1 o'clock. Also, district swim meet for the region's boys at Moses Lake happening here this afternoon and this evening. Let's look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Join me for a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the last Friday of spring. Summer will be coming its way on Father's Day Sunday. Looking forward to that, the longest days of the year. And my guest tomorrow will be Ken, the guy who runs Garden Terrace, the independent senior living community who celebrates their 50th anniversary. They're going to do it all this year with a big open house tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about that with Ken. Plus, we'll have that all-important weekend weather forecast and everything you need to start your weekend. We'll see you live and local right here from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.